In this video we are going to take a second look at the KT Pariah Nexus box and its gating of new models. In the first part we will do a quick rehash on the box itself and how the pre-order weekend has been going. In the second part we will look at the Space Marine models and how they can be best included into a Deathwatch army. Naturally, this will also include a look at the sprues themselves and how difficult the Deathwatch pauldron swap is going to be. Future Indomitor Killteam, here we come.
Welcome to SwissHammer, your channel for modeling in Warhammer 40k. Here you will find tools and guides as versatile as a Swiss army knife to help you build your army. My name is Tammer and I will be guiding you through this video. In case you end up liking this content, please feel free to subscribe. With that out of the way, let's get started.
So what's the deal with this particular box? The reason there was, and still is, quite some controversy around it is mostly because even though it is a Killteam expansion, GW has decided to gate a bunch of new Space Marine and Necron models behind this purchase. Even as of today, there is no information available when these models will be sold separately. With the box priced at $160, it is roughly 9% cheaper than the estimated price of all the models contained within. For my exact pricing breakdown, check out the video link in the description. Unfortunately, most players will only be interested in one of the two factions, meaning unless you can resell the models, you're going to pay extra compared to buying just the separate kits of one individual faction. By my personal estimate, the price tag for the Space Marine models is roughly 168%, though the terrain pieces might still be useful, so it could end up being less. The box went up for pre-order last weekend on February 27th and will officially release on 6th of March. So far, I've only seen the box being temporarily unavailable on the GW US store on Monday, but it came back shortly after. Availability does not seem to be an issue, and/or the gating of new models is not generating as many sales after all. That's at least good news for Killteam players and/or people who are still willing to go for the box deal for the sake of the models anyway. Either way, I'm expecting to see both boxes and individual models showing up on auction sites soon enough. Personally, I would argue that the most anticipated models in this box are the 5 Heavy Intercessors, Gravis armored T5 walking tanks that count among the most durable units point per point in a Space Marine army. Deathwatch players are of course looking forward to finally get them as the foundation of the Indomitor Killteam, which will enable building a mixed unit with Inceptors and/or Eradicators. For more information on the Indomitor Killteam, the link to the guide is in the description. So let's say we got our hands on the Space Marine models one way or the other, how difficult is the conversion to Deathwatch going to be? Fortunately, we are getting the multi-pose kit for the Heavy Intercessors, though that makes one wonder even more why they just can't release the separate kit as well. But anyway, what is of primary interest for the Deathwatch conversion is of course the left arm, which will hold the Deathwatch pauldron. Of secondary interest is the right arm, which will display the chapter symbol. This one is important if you have shoulder pads with the chapter symbol already on them. Fortunately, only one left arm has the blank Gravis pauldron already pre-attached. This is due to the strap of the heavy Boltrifle, which also makes this one a bit annoying if you want to clip away the existing pad. Fortunately, there are spares, so you can simply go for a different one. Pretty much the same for the right arms. There is one on this same sprue and another one holding a rifle on the second sprue. Also, on this second one, there is the issue of the strap attached to the Boltrifle, but again, there are alternatives. With the Heavy Intercessors covered, let's move on to the more challenging model, the Primaris captain with the heavy Boltrifle. This guy is also wearing Gravis armor, which puts him at an impressive toughness 5 and 7 wounds. What I find a bit hilarious about this model is that the gun seems omnipresent both on the model and the way they named him on his own datasheet. One would think that this is some kind of supreme ranged captain, but as it turns out, his mastercrafted heavy bolt rifle is only a 36-inch rapid-fire 1 weapon with strength 5, -1 AP and damage 2. Not saying it's terrible, but compare it to the mastercrafted power sword at +1 strength, -3 AP and damage 2, which he can swing with his mighty 5 attacks before any other bonuses, and the ranged output seems pretty underwhelming. In comparison, there is already a more close combat oriented Gravis captain with the same stats line, which I would prefer for an all-in close combat variant, but I have to say that I don't think either of these Gravis captains synergizes well with Deathwatch. On the other hand, we have the good old Indomitor captain at 1 less toughness and 1 less wound, but he has the relic shield instead, and with that can carry the excellent Dominus Aegis relic. Not a very mobile HQ choice, but when used in combination with a slow-moving Indomitor Killteam consisting out of Heavy Intercessors, Eradicators and the obligatory single Inceptor, it's still a decent choice overall. So now that we have ruled out the Gravis captain as a viable option for Deathwatch, what can we still do with him? Conversion comes to mind, but looking at the sprue, the troubles this guy is going to give us is not exclusive to his datasheet. The left shoulder pad is covered by the cloak, meaning that in order to put the Deathwatch pad on, there will be some extra clipping work required, and most likely reshaping parts of the cloak with some green stuff. The other arm is less of a problem, but the bolt rifle itself is attached to the main body. Judging by the sprue, it can easily be separated though. All in all, this means that we could magnetize both arms and the backpack with a little bit of extra work, keep the original functionality intact, but then use him for something else. I think the model itself looks fine overall. To wrap things up, for the time being, the Heavy Intercessors remain gated behind the Pariah Nexus Killteam expansion box. In case you're going for the box or manage to get your hands on the model separately, the conversion to the Deathwatch is at least pretty straightforward for the Heavy Intercessors. The models are multi-pose and there is only a single left arm with a bolt rifle and strap that might be unsuitable for a conversion to the Deathwatch. This can be easily circumvented by picking another piece instead. For the Gravis captain, things look a little worse. With his fixed loadout, he doesn't have much synergy with Deathwatch, and taking the Primaris captain from the Indomitor's box would be preferable instead. And this is mostly because he can carry the Dominus Aegis relic. The Gravis captain can still be used for a conversion, potentially with magnets, though especially his left arm will require extra work and his shoulder pad is covered by parts of the cloak. All in all, the gating of the Heavy Intercessors is real and we really have to go extra miles to finally be able to field an Indomitor Killteam. Unless been saving this for last, as it's not really confirmed at this point, but as of March 2nd, there seems to be a picture of a Heavy Intercessors box ghosting around. Do we get a separate release sooner than expected after all? I hope that we will find out sooner rather than later. So that's it for round 2 of the Pariah Nexus Killteam expansion box and the gating of the Heavy Intercessors. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Are you guys going to pick up the expansion box solely for the Heavy Intercessors? And what plans do you have for the Gravis captain with the heavy bolt rifle? Let me know in the comments below. And if this video has been helpful, please drop me a like and subscribe to the channel for future videos. Thank you again and see you soon.